The series I'll be filming in Vietnam on
Wow.
TV or film. I also have a movie called Shattered that's out.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm sorry to do such a serious beginning of the podcast. It's supposed to be
But
comedy podcast.
it's only going to get darker. In season 2, we've on a roll with some great guests here, and this gentleman, I would say, is on top of the list right here. You've seen him perform over 20 years now, doing stand-up comedy, acting, America, what do you call it? Last Comic Standing. He was here recently in our Tampa Bay area at Snappers. The one and only Dat Phan. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, congratulations,
Dat.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad you're so Asian. You got the whole real estate thing taken care of.
You
got
got
sponsors. You got Dat Phan. Almost said America's Got Talent, which I'll take that credit. That's great credit.
We get so many people on that damn show. And I'm trying to squeak out Last Comic Standing, for God's sake. What's been going on with you, your family? How's it affected your career, COVID? How's everything been going with Dat Phan?
It's been crazy. I got married at the beginning of the pandemic, and
Nice.
we're still married, amazingly. My wife, Katie, she's great. And, you know, we stopped the pandemic just in time for whatever's going on in Europe right now. That's fantastic.
It's one after the other, right?
Yeah. And I'm being sarcastic, by the way. I think it's a
Right.
terrible thing that's happening overseas, as you know.
I heard something's going. I'm not even sure. I'm in a bubble. Is there another war going on?
You don't know?
Yeah, I've heard something. But all I know is, I mean, seriously, I am not ordering any more Russian escorts here in Tampa. They are off the list.
Yeah. It's a weird time. I mean, it's very strange. We had that very strange 2-year pandemic, the whole unfortunate thing with Ukraine. And I hope, you know, we all hope that all this stuff will stop, as you know. Yeah. I'm sorry to do such a serious beginning of the podcast. It's supposed to be comedy podcast.
It's only going to get darker.
I gotta go now.
Congrats about you and Kenny getting married. I love how you said we got married like right with the beginning of the pandemic, and it's still going strong. How do you keep the spark after 2 years? How do you do it?
We're just trying to start it. Okay. No, my wife was listening. No, it's just been very weird because I love her very much. We love each other very much, but we've been locked up here in California. You know, we have different laws over here, so we're locked up here for quite a while.
Yeah.
In quarantine and lockdown, and we're happy to spin out of it at this point. We're trying to be optimistic. We're trying to keep our fingers crossed. There's a lot of great news on the way. For example, when we are done with this podcast, I have to go try to memorize episode 1 of a pilot that I have coming out, and it's called Early Risers. I guess I can say it because it's on the breakdowns out here.
Yep.
So I am promoted to one of the leads of the show. I originally read for one character, and I guess I'm another character. I guess that's the details I can't share too much about. So that's great news. A TV pilot that's going to be filming, and then possibly season 1 in the works. And then speaking of real estate, we're just kind of crossing our fingers on some things. I don't want to jinx it, so it has something to do with real estate. So hopefully that'll work out as well. So
now is this? I think you're working on multiple things, if I'm not mistaken, right? But is this anything out of the country or in our country or?
The series I'll be filming in Vietnam.
Wow.
And then I also produce Zoom shows when I'm not on TV or film. I also have a movie called Shattered that's out, that filmed in Montana. So that's out now on Netflix. And then the Zoom shows I do weekly. And then I also, do acting stuff on the side. And I mean, it's just a bunch of, and tour. Like as I met you out in Tampa, Florida, or as Palm Harbor, forgive me. And then also Fort Myers, Florida. I was there before that. So just kind of touring around and filming and doing all sorts of stuff.
And Shattered, great cast, along with Mr. John Malkovich. Now, did you get to meet him? What was the scenario leading up to you getting into that movie? Like, how did that come about?
Yeah, the director, I worked with Luis on Startup, a TV show that's on Netflix as well. And then that was many years ago. And then he kept me in mind, and he gave me a shot on Shattered. However, I actually had to audition for that because there's producers involved and investors and all that stuff. So I had to show that I could deliver.
Right.
And luckily it worked out. and I'm on that film too. And it's me and a bunch of white people in Montana, which is fantastic.
It's how out of place in Montana. Of all, did you fear for your life at any given moment?
No, I love white people. My dream is, I mean, I love Asians too, and everybody else. I love African Americans and Hispanic people. But my dream, I guess I grew up so white, is to work with, like a Diane Keaton type project out in the middle of nowhere in America. I think that's quite fun. I know it sounds very weird what I'm saying, but I love it.
I think it's very artsy. But I mean, I am 100% Caucasian, and I'm afraid to be in Montana. I mean, for several reasons. I'm just scared. But I mean, but that's awesome, though. Now, something like that with your part, how long of a shoot out there? Was it just Montana or multiple locales?
It's Montana. It's different parts of Montana. We filmed one part in Big Sky, Montana. I don't know. Have you been to Montana before?
No, but I do. I really do want to go, though. I do.
Cool. It's really nice. Big Sky, Montana, and also the other one. I don't even know why. I want to say Beaumont, and that's not Bow. I think it's Bow, Montana.
Okay.
EAU. It's one of those white cities, but Montana.
Yeah, right. Because I know there's a Beaumont, Texas. You're right. There used to be a Big Sky Comedy Festival.
Oh, I didn't know that. Hopefully, do you know that if it's still happening?
I don't. A buddy of mine, Chris Cope, won a few years ago, and I wasn't familiar with it, but it was a big thing.
Here's a funny tidbit of information. Montana was my 48th state in America that I've been to.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So before that was 47, and then like the two that's missing is North Dakota and South Dakota. So once I hit those two, I've hit all 50 states across America.
It is a milestone, Tish.
Right on. And off the top of your head, like I was just in Alaska a few months ago in December, which is never a good time to go to Alaska. How did Alaska treat you?
You went there in the winter. I went there during the summer.
Beautiful.
It was during the filming of Last Comic Standing season 3, and they made an offer for me to do University of Anchorage. And I wasn't, obviously I knew about this, but I wasn't aware that 10:30 at night, the sun is out.
Yes.
So I'm leaving a mall. I don't know if it was before or after the show or whatever it was. Like the show was at the university, but as I left the mall to get something, the sun is just circling around. It was so crazy. Wait, give me 1 second. Let me reset the camera. Just give me 1 second.
Sure.
My wife is in the other room in an acting class, and it just makes my editing way easier later on when I have smaller chunks as opposed to
your social media use. I know we had a brief conversation here a while ago when you were at Snappers here in Palm Harbor, Florida. But I mean, your thought process and your use of social media is very intriguing, especially for a gentleman who is not 25 years old. I mean, you're on TikTok now. You cover all the major ones, but tell us about this.
First of all, I'm 26.
That's right. You really do look like it, though.
Even though I won Last Comic Standing at the age of 28, I aged backwards.
No, I know. When I saw your Wikipedia, I did not realize. I see he's 63. He looks amazing.
I'm 70 years old. Look at my face.
God dang it.
5 years old.
But
so, first of all, sorry to put you on the spot, my friend, but did you start a TikTok yet?
Yes, I'm very close. We're starting it tonight or tomorrow because my other co-host here separated his shoulder a few days ago. He's under severe drugs, so I can't rely on him. So either me and the girlfriend or someone's going to help me with my TikTok thing, and then we're going to hook it up once I get that going.
All you got to do is sign up. You don't have to.
Dang it.
You don't need a good shoulder. I like how you answered that like a politician. You're like, yes, I'm starting it tonight.
I figured the moat right. Exactly. I should have added a thank you in there. Just thank you and thanks for your vote. Because I know I try to give the robust story so people won't pressure me on it. But God bless you. You just keep bulldogging me. I'm going to get it done. I swear. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's for you. I mean,
I know you're right.
Listen, my buddy Larry Venturino tried to tell me, his fellow comedian, he tried to tell me to start TikTok 2 years ago, which I did.
Yeah.
And then I didn't post anything. I was too busy making fun of TikTok.
Yeah.
I didn't post anything at all. I mean, I could even just posted me making fun of TikTok, but I didn't do it. And I deeply regret it because, comedy today during the cyber age, all the social media and all that stuff, it's very competitive. And I've missed out on probably, 100,000 followers because I decided to do nothing. I mean, I just sat here during the pandemic. I could have posted a TikTok and I failed to do it. And here we are at 2,000 followers, right?
But But you see, and thank you for pushing me, because when you told me Larry Venturino has 75,000, and that guy's like close to 50 years old.
Larry's younger than me.
Is he really? Larry,
Yeah.
if you listen to this, I'm not saying you're not young. I just thought that maybe a little older, but still very nice. You look great. You look great.
I'll say,
Virile.
mate,
You're virile.
I'm 47. Larry's a few years younger than me, or he's probably quite a bit younger than me.
Okay.
He's got 76,000 followers on TikTok. And the reason why I'm drilling so hard on this TikTok thing is this. I mean, the tough part is there are minors on there. There's like 15-year-olds on TikTok, which I don't even know how this works.
Right.
But, they're the future consumers.
Yeah.
So the people that are not signed up on TikTok and they're depending only on Facebook and Instagram, the people get older on Instagram and Facebook, and you're going to want these followers down the road. 10 years down the road, these 15-year-olds are going to be 25-year-olds, and they're the main consumers of America.
Well,
I know.
You're right. I know, because I'm going to be 62 in 10 years, and I hope that at 25 they still appreciate my well-crafted dick jokes.
Well, I'd say this. I try to be respectful to senior citizens. I try to be I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
Right.
you're young. I'm talking
about people that are Venturino's age.
I'm talking. I don't know why you think he's so old,
I don't
but
know.
people that are, 70 and all that. I try to respect my elders and all that stuff. But at the same time, Facebook's full of senior citizens, and you can't depend on only them when you're trying to advertise. What do you have a show at 10:30 at night? By the time you hit the stage, it's 11:30. You're hoping somebody that's 70 is going to show up and be up that late. They're most likely going to want to go to bed earlier.
Yeah.
So, I love Facebook. I've enjoyed Facebook for a long time, but it's also a lot of just older people complaining about things. I'm guilty of that sometimes. Yeah. So,
It's true. And I find myself getting off it more and only doing show promotions and just the light and fluffy stuff like I used to do years ago. And anything COVID, war related, this related, I try to avoid that type of nonsense right now. In a perfect world, I would not want to be on social media.
Don't do TikTok.
And I'll be honest with you, and me agreeing with you, that if I was a billionaire, which I'm not by far, if I was a billionaire, I probably wouldn't really be on social media. I would probably, if I would probably post photos of the sunset or something like that.
Right.
I'm a little tired. I know it sounds weird me saying this during the interview about me and you. I get kind of tired of talking about myself, to be honest with you. But, in this business, you do need to sell what you do. I don't know what happened. I think once I reached my 40s, I kind of went, why am I plugging myself?
Yeah.
I know who I am. But in this business, you do have fans, and saying you in general, as far as comedians, you got to reach your fans. Your fans appreciate your work. And if you stop talking to them, then they'll stop talking to you. And then what are we? And I love stand-up. I love doing comedy, but I do need fans to show. Case in point, a buddy of mine, Kabir Singh, he is on America's Got Talent. Have you heard of him before? Kabir Singh?
I have, actually, yeah.
Very funny guy. Great guy, very generous, gracious gentleman. I love Kabir. He's great, very down to earth. And he got on America's Got Talent. He used to open for me. He got on America's Got Talent. He got pretty far. And he's on social media all the time. And he's taking the headlining gigs, some of them that I would have taken. And I'm happy for him, honestly. I'm happy for him because everyone deserves a shot. And I love Kabir, but it goes back to social media. He goes and tells everybody he's going to be at this venue, and he takes it and sells it out. And good for him.
Of course.
I can't complain about other comedians, especially the ones I love, if I'm not on social media trying myself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it does. You're right. I just get tired. I forget to do things, and I need to be reminded. Like you're very busy. I'm busy, but I just forget. Oh, don't forget to post Facebook. Oh, don't forget Instagram. Right. Now I have to do TikTok. And I'm like, holy crap! At the end of the day, I get so drained. I'm like, did I forget? I forgot to post it something else somewhere else. And you don't have to. You don't have to post. And I have buddies that I went to high school with. They're obviously around the same age as me, and they don't post hardly at all. And I see them once every 2 years. Right. Yeah.
I mean, just for the sake of your buddies, like I miss them.
Real quick, we talked about it before. Your comedy, you've been doing this for over 20 years. Acting now. What is there one that that satisfies your palate more than the other right now? Is there one, or is it just whatever is the hot iron at the time? But which one? Is there any one that you lean towards more now?
The weirdest thing is, even though I'm on TV and film, and I'm appreciative of all that stuff, and I tour, I'm one of the very few lucky people that's still doing that, even at a different caliber as other comedians. But still, I'm very grateful for all that. But the weird thing is, creative wise, I take all that money and I save it up. And besides contributing towards the marriage of me and my wife and my company, I really enjoy. I'm building basically a TV studio somewhere where I could have my own stuff that I put out, and that's what I'm the most excited about.
Isn't that great?
I think I'm one of the only somewhat celebrities that is more excited about a home studio than being on TV and film. I know that sounds very strange.
No, because it's yours.
Yes.
It's
my content.
Possession is 9/10 of the law. Yeah. If you possessing that studio, that's yours. You can do what you want. And that is so beautiful. And to have that kind of financial freedom to do that.
Yep.
I mean,
I love it.
I'm doing this out of my bedroom in an 850 square foot home that was built in 1974 with a Zoom camera thing. And I got one of these ring things. It's not even on because the thing's shorted out. This is just natural Florida sunshine on my face, Dad.
That's how shiny that state is.
Look how happy I am.
It's it's blinding me. You're such a sunshine state that it's beaming through the Zoom right now.
Jesus Christ. I got SPF of 100 on my forehead right now, and I'm indoors. It's not good. When you get to be my age, you get skin cancer, and just looking at things, you're
getting sunburned in your bedroom in the dark.
It's not good. Well, no, I like the studio thing. Good luck. We talked about that briefly. And any ETA on that, or is that going to be like something by the end of the year, or how do you feel on that?
The TV show, I don't know when it's going to come out. They haven't. The producers haven't told me about that yet. I'm one of the main characters. I got to start studying those lines as soon as possible.
Please do. I'm going to let you go soon. I don't want to be. I don't want to be the roadblock, the speed hump that's doing this.
And then also. Yeah, so that's, I don't know when that's coming out. Shattered is out now. That's with John Malkovich and a bunch of other Lily Krug and a bunch of Cameron from oh my God, the TV show is slipping in my head right now. Shameless.
Yes, because I saw the cast just earlier today and it looked really,
it's great
over
cast.
The top.
So yeah.
But any ETA on your home studio though? Is that in process right now or?
That is in negotiations right now. That's what I'm excited about, and that's hopefully I'll have an answer for you in a few days.
That's cool.
I hope this is not our last time. I'd love to do this again. Sometime I should send you a photograph of my setup in here. It's pretty insane.
If you want to, I feel like I'm knowing even more now that we could start showing. I'll show you some pictures of things, and it might put a smile on your face, Dad. No.
Some people are sexting. We send photos of each other's rigs. It's amazing.
There you go. Look at this camera. Look at this tripod. And man, people don't know if they don't know. You were born in Vietnam, correct?
I was. Let me reset my camera one last time.
Of course.
What was your question?
No, I was just saying you were born in Vietnam, correct?
I was born in Saigon, Vietnam.
Yeah.
And the family evacuated. I was a baby, so I don't remember anything.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the baby, like the 2 months old,
Yeah.
And and then I mainly grew up in San Diego. I was in Chicago for like 4 or 5 years as a toddler.
Okay.
Mainly my life was in San Diego before Los Angeles.
Beautiful. Because you just had a birthday in January, right? I think
January 25th.
Nice.
I'm an old man now.
No, man, 40. I when you said 47, and especially seeing you in person, especially now, I would never, ever, ever guess that. Venturino, yes, but I would never guess you.
Does Venturino know that you're saying this stuff about him?
He will once he sees it. This is going to be brutal for everybody involved.
He's a good guy, by the way. I love Larry.
I love Larry Venturino. Yeah. But you made jokes about like failing math in high school and being aged and stuff like that. What were, because a friend of mine wanted me to ask you, what were you in high school, college, if there was college, what kind of student was Dat Phan?
I was a C+ student, man.
Really?
Unless it's like weight training or something, and even that in junior high school, I was just eating junk food all the time.
Okay.
I was a very, very mediocre student. I couldn't find the motivation. I didn't really have the motivation to do anything until I ran into stand-up in my college years.
Okay, so that's one. Okay, so that's when you got in your college years. You kind of did you stumble across, or how was the process of you saying, I think I want to do stand-up comedy?
Yeah, I took a speech class, Speech 101, and in that, as they call it, 120, I believe, and then they have something called Speech to Entertain.
Okay.
And not STD, not to be confused with those two things, two different things. So there's STD and there's STE, speech to entertain. And I was making people laugh on that. I was like, what is this? I was 21 years old. A buddy of mine invited me to a comedy club, and my friend Robert invited me down there. I went to go watch stand up with him. I didn't even know what it was. I remember seeing things like that on HBO, like when I was a kid, like little commercials, like George Carlin and all that stuff. And then I didn't know what it was. So then I saw it at the Comedy Store in La Jolla, and then I didn't do too well when I tried it, and then I got better and better over time. And yeah.
Well, you got, and then I mean, you know, and we hate to talk about. I know it may or may not be a happy spot or a great spot, but my God, man, you did great enough to go on national TV and win a talent show, for God's sake. I mean, that's pretty damn. You know, I mean, you're a last comic stand. You were the first one inaugural season. You won it, so you did some damn good stuff in your life.
Yeah, it's not a sore spot. I'm very grateful that I won Last Comic Standing. I would do it all over again. Obviously, I don't regret any of it. I guess in some ways, and once again, I'm not trying to sound ungrateful here. It's kind of like asking like certain Super Bowl like winners, like, hey, what was like winning the Super Bowl? But it's so weird because millions of people have asked them what was it like to win the Super Bowl. And after a while, I mean, I've seen actors lose their mind doing a scene like 40 times.
Oh, yeah.
But I've met 11 million people, thankfully. Thank God. I was very happy to tour and all that. But no, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great to win Last Comic Standing. I know we're talking about something that happened 20 years ago. 20 years ago? No, that's 18 years ago.
Yeah, wow. 18, 19. That right there blows me away.
Yeah. Because
that was soon before one of my many radio firings. So that also brings back great memories for me, Dad. So, well, listen, first of all, I just want to thank you for taking time. I mean, I feel like in the last few weeks when you have been in the Tampa Bay area and now getting to do one of your great Zoom, what was it? Dat and Friends, one of your Zoom comedy shows I got to be on last Friday.
Hopefully you come back one. Yes. Can I say something really quick about the Zoom show? A lot of you guys, I know there's a lot of comedians out there that kind of turn their nose up on Zoom going, oh man, it's me sitting at a desk. You don't have to sit at a desk. Look at me, I'm standing right now. I'm standing in the studio that I shoot it in. Mm-hmm. And I even have some in-studio comedians, and I turn it into a hybrid show where it's part live, part Zoom, and then eventually I'm going to have a loaded audience in there as well. So it's basically a broadcast live comedy show. So,
and I can attest because what I saw prior to the show, right, 10 or 15 minutes when you let us in the Zoom arena, the room, it was a setup. I took a quick picture and I sent to my girlfriend. I said, look at this. And I was trying to explain to her all the stuff you had going on with different hosts and crowd reaction of different comedians. And then you in your studio doing comedy. I go, wow, what an undertaking this is. So no, I really enjoyed it. And
I'm going to show you a photo later on.
Okay.
What I'm looking at.
All right.
So that you could see, hang on, give me 1 second. I'm trying to capture all this. You can see what I know that sounds very Best Buy nerd right now, but there we go. I'll send you that photo later.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You were talking about.
I should smile or not. I was just going to be there like this.
Well, you're in the photo.
Okay, good. That's right.
I am at Dat_Phan, PHAN, across all platforms. Same handle. So find me on there. You could just Google me. You'll find me on there. I'd love for you guys to join. TikTok's the next big thing. So if you guys could join me on there, I follow back as many people as I can, unless I think you're a bot. All right.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'll be seeing you on Zoom again. I don't know if you enjoyed that experience or not.
Oh, it was my pleasure. No, I did. Yeah. I really, really enjoyed it. And the time difference being LA to Florida, no big deal. And it was just great to be a part of people from Boston, Texas, Hawaii, Chicago, LA. It was amazing. So no, I'll definitely do it again. The movie Shattered, out right now on Netflix, that you're in, and then you're working on, is it Early Risers? Early Risers,
filming in Vietnam, and one of the guys on there, I got to remember what his name is, but he co-starred with Tom Hanks one-on-one on The Hologram for the King. So now I'm almost pretty much 1 degree in separation from Tom Hanks.
You are.
Very exciting to me. I love Tom Hanks.
Of course. No, but please. Look at what you're doing. 1 degree from Tom Hanks, John Malkovich. You're with some players.
Yeah. I'm excited. I love John Malkovich.
Yeah.
And touring and building my own home studio.
Yeah.
Very, very excited. I feel very grateful, very blessed for all this stuff. I get to meet comedians like you, who we were introduced by Ginger.
Yeah, Ginger Kelly.
Ginger Kelly. Yeah. So we were introduced by her, and we're able to hang out in Tampa. I look forward to doing it again. Snappers, great comedy club.
Yeah, they loved you. So, well, man, thank you again. Good luck with everything. Safe travels to Vietnam. I hope that show's killer. I hope you memorize your lines as quickly as possible. You will. Folks, go see Shattered, and just go get Dat on social media and check out where he's going to be in your city. And I highly recommend you seeing him when he comes to your town at one of your local comedy clubs, because the show really is. It's really damn good, and you'll laugh your ass off. So, Dat, I look forward to seeing you again when you get to the Tampa Bay area. If I get out to LA, I will definitely let you know, and maybe we can do a little damage out there.
I'd love to see it, Pat.
Thank you so much. Dat Phan, thank you so much, my
So smash that subscribe button.